Yeah, this question, it makes me think, because I started like a few mentorship programs. Like I'm mentoring a few people. I'm part of two programs that are very interesting. And one in Africa, and the last one is in Africa and in Kenya, and it's really, really cool. And that's a project of helping like mostly social enterprises, right? And I noticed there is a difference when I was doing it before. My advising and consultancy, it was about very technical. And since I joined PiMOV and having our conversation, I realized that, well, I always did a little bit of empathy, obviously, because I'm an empathetic person, but it was always like focus on practical thing, what to do. And I noticed that now more and more is about who you are, right? Like that's my question always, like who you are. Like I always like try to focus on the person and understanding like what is your motivation there, why you want to do this, right? And then try to, you have the answer, right? This kind of conversation is not about like, oh, you can do this, you can do that, plan this campaign, la la la. Yeah, of course we can go there. There is so many books already about this, like, you know, there are so many books and people have been talking forever about this, but the reality is that nobody will teach you who you have to be but you. And this is like priceless, like Anna say. There is no price, there is no, it's incredible and it's infinite, the power that can come from within you. And we do learn this in this community. I think that's the kind of, that's the lesson, that it's impossible to do this by yourself. I mean, it's very hard. It's very hard. Maybe it's possible, but it's very hard. To me, I see myself 1 year ago and I don't recognize myself because I see myself different. I'm not saying better. I don't want to say better, but I see myself aligned and stronger because of the power of the community, the power of sharing with people like me that can embrace me the way I am. Therefore, my being is stronger. I'm not scared anymore, right? Because I was scared. I was living in that surface in which like, oh my God, everybody's against me. So I have to defend myself. And now I'm not defending myself. Maybe I still do, probably I do. But you know what I mean? It's like it's changed everything about it. Like I'm more vulnerable, but more confident. I am more able to manifest my weaknesses, and I change these weaknesses into strength because they're coming from who I am, and I'm okay the way I am, as we all are. And I think sharing this with, you know, people, right, about kids, about mentee, that's much more powerful than anything. Yeah, much more powerful than a lecture about the campaign, marketing campaign, or whatever it is, right? But again, it's a question. I don't know if it's a question of luck or casuality, or because I remember when I was before, right, and I always try to remember that because I think like we always need to remember where we go. We need to. We don't have to deal in the past, but we can look behind. Sometimes it's good to look behind and say like, okay, where I've been, what I've been doing, and have I progressed in life, or there is an evolution there, or I'm just like, you know, or maybe a devolution, right? We don't know. But and also when we're talking about learning and unlearning, I think we need to look sometimes back just to look at it, and and I think like, wow, like, you know, what a great experience, and what a great door opened for me the moment that I started to participate in this conversation in the community. And because for me it was like a completely new experience, and it changed my life. And yeah, sometimes I think like, wow, this is like a connection of energy that, I managed to be here, or it's just luck, or I don't know. It's contagious. One thing that for me it's very, very important, like, and then when Patricia was talking, my mind was going into that kind of process that happens to me. Well, love is everything, right? And love is love, I think, is for me is a framework, right? Like, love is a framework, because like if we don't have love, I cannot really move anything around. It's like, things are created by love. Love and creation is the same word to me. Like when there is a part of us that is a critic, like, I appreciate the fact that there are people and criticism around us, and then we grow with this kind of criticism and people telling us like what to do, what not to do, right? And that there is always like a right way of doing things, but that voice is also within us. And the thing that really helped me is when I allow that thing to happen without really criticizing, not even that, not even allowing myself to love the critic for the sake of love, which means like go beyond that kind of thing. Allowing, and that for me, that's a huge step that happened to me. Like this, like allowing myself to recognize it and embracing that dark side of me. It tells me to manifest light, because if I am not willing to share my own weaknesses to my own self, I will always try to avoid it. I will never face it, and I will always be there. But the moment in which I say like, yeah, I'm here, I know you're suffering, I know you've been in pain, I know that you criticize yourself, it doesn't matter, and I embrace it and love that part as well. Yeah, I have shivers, because it's like it kind of, you create like something for your own self that is completely different, and it tastes beautiful. It really tastes beautiful. It tastes like light. It tastes like a rebirth. That's how we can see criticism in a very different way. That's when we recognize a person that is coming with a lot of anger and is coming with a lot of frustration, and that's how we can become compassionate rather than reactive. Because otherwise we are just reactive, because, oh, you fear, my fear, and then we just like fight. But the moment in which, like, oh, I face my fear, I can help you. I'm here. I can help you. And that's, for me, that's a huge, huge step to go through. Like, we need to go into that. If we cannot love ourselves, how can we love other people?